Well, this week's movie definitely comes with a warning of not to watch this if you are far away from your family right now for whatever reason. Definitely to have some tissues nearby, and probably my advice would be not to watch this one on your own. Welcome to another movie reviews video. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina. I make bookish content on this channel at least twice a week, and then at the weekend I bring you some movie review or book to movie content. My movie reviews are always spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist of my movie reviews linked up here in case you're looking for something to add to your list this week. This week I watched Military Wives, which is another one of those that I was all prepared and ready to go and watch in the cinema, but obviously they are closed right now, and so a lot of these films have been brought straight to streaming. I believe this one did have a very limited release before the movie theatres closed in the UK, but in the US it wasn't due to come to the cinemas until during lockdown anyway. So I watched this one via Hulu, but I believe it's available on Sky in the UK, or you may have been lucky enough to see this one in cinemas. So this one I would have brought you a movie review of having seen it in the cinema. Let me tell you what it's about. With their partners serving in Afghanistan, a group of women on the home front form a choir and quickly find themselves at the center of a media sensation and global movement. And this movie is based on the true story of the Military Wives Choir that was part of the kind of choir TV show that I didn't watch with, I want to say, Gareth Malone on UK TV at some point. Trying to remember, I feel like I should know when it was. I know that I was listening to the radio at the time because the song was on the radio, and I think it premiered on like Chris Evans' Radio 2 show. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like it did because I think I remembered listening to it, and it was Christmas #1, and they were an absolute sensation, and their song, their actual song that they did was really, really beautiful. So this movie follows that true story, although it doesn't have any of the actual people involved or the same song, but it's based on that story. So we know basically what's going to happen. And I'd seen the trailers for it, and it looked funny from the trailers. I did definitely laugh during this film. You know, I like a bit of British comedy and British humour, and there were some really, really funny moments. There were also some very real moments and some very, very highly emotional moments. I cried through at least a third of this film, so definitely have your tissues handy. And I do think that some of my emotion was tied up in the fact that I am obviously very far away from my family right now, and whilst I would normally be able to just kind of get on a plane and go and see them, I've always had that option the whole time of living 5,000 miles away from them. Right now that's just not an option that I have, and so I think some of the emotion was tied up in that. But there are obviously some other emotional aspects, as anything to do with, you know, people who have their family members, their loved ones in the military, and they're left back at home. There's always things that can be emotional and things that can go wrong, and things, you know, happy emotions as well as sad emotions. I really loved watching the way the choir comes together and watching the way these women interact with each other. I also really love the fact that it's highlighted that one of the military wives is a wife in a same-sex couple as well. Really loved that bit of extra diversity in there, and I appreciated that. And all the wives were different sizes and shapes and colors and backgrounds, and that made me really happy as well. So people should be able to see themselves to some extent in this film. Kristen Scott Thomas is wonderful, and I like everything that she's in, and so I was really pleased when I saw that she was attached to this project. And it isn't one of those where everything you see in the trailer is in the movie, which was the case with the movie that I reviewed last week. If I haven't already, I'll leave it linked up here because that is a real bugbear of mine. So I do really recommend this movie. I did really enjoy it. It was very heartwarming, and there were some really funny moments, some laugh out loud points. However, does definitely come with a care warning of make sure you have some tissues, make sure you're not watching this on your own, and even if you are with somebody else, if you are separated from your family right now, not against your will, but like that you wouldn't wish that you were separated from them, you wouldn't normally be separated from them, and then maybe consider saving it for another time when you could maybe watch it all together. If I had seen this film in cinemas, it definitely would have been a worthwhile trip for me. I probably wouldn't have had tissues with me, so I'm kind of glad I saw it at home because I've got all the boxes of tissues lying around here, and so I'm quite pleased that I was able to see it at home. But I do think that the music would have been good if I'd seen it on the big screen. If you did manage to see it on the big screen in the UK, let me know in the comments and see if it was kind of worth seeing it on the big screen. And yeah, if you have watched it, let me know what percentage of the film did you cry for. Was it just me being overly emotional? And we're talking not just like, oh, there was tears coming out of my eyes, like I was doing, you know, there was a bit of snot and there was a bit of like moments. So just to let you know what tier of Catriona crying it was, because I do cry at films. But yeah, as always, let me know in comments if there is a particular movie you want to hear my thoughts on, anything that's come newly to streaming from cinemas, or anything that will be just entirely coming to streaming. Or if you have a book versus movie you would like me to read and watch and bring my thoughts here to you. I have a few things in the pipeline right now, so make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss those. Click that little bell so you get notified. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. A thumbs down if you didn't. All feedback is feedback. I will see you with my bookish content in the week. I have some book to movie goodness for you, as well as, of course, my May wrap up and June TBR, so you're not going to want to miss that. Thank you so much for watching.